Welcome back, guys, to another review of the 2018 Audi A5 2.0T with the manual. Yes, with the manual. And a lot of you guys out there, oh, why are you doing an automatic? Chill out for a second, all right? I got a manual. Get over it. Moving on. So let's get started, shall we? The interior of this car is very, very roomy and airy. This comes with a sunroof. I like to think it's got like a half sunroof, you know, panoramic sunroof, that sunroof combo, because you can adjust this the way you just want it and it feels clean. And if you don't want it auto, you just push it like a little bit, you know, if you're OCD. But yeah, it's nice to know that they kept the sunroof for this car. And this car is a 2-liter direct injection, obviously quattro all-wheel drive, and this is longitudinal, so you know that quattro all-wheel drive system really helps you around corners, acceleration. I mean, you guys know all that. So the virtual cockpit in this car, because that's what I'm looking at right now, it's very, very clean. Like, this is my first time seeing this in person, and man, it looks really, really, really good. Like, this is this kind of thing like you have to appreciate in person to look at how good the virtual cockpit is. Audi virtual cockpit is the best in the business. Why? That's because it is powered by NVIDIA. So if you click view on the virtual cockpit, you can have all maps, and you can see your tachometer and your rev counter on the left and your speedo on the right. And you hit view again, it just gets bigger, so you can see all that. And also you can customize, it's fully customizable. You just scroll through the menus and all that. You can see an average miles per gallon. Moving on to the center console, they have this beautiful knob on the center console here. It's very, very sensitive and it feels nice. Can you hear that? It has a nice click to it. So you can go to your vehicle, and this car comes with 4 different driver modes, from comfort, auto, dynamic, and individual. I'm gonna keep this in dynamic just because I want it so. And everything is just nicely laid out. Like this, mind you, this is my first time driving the 2018 Audi A5. I feel like I want to say A4, but it's an A5. Excuse me for that. So, and for first-time users, you would think this car would be hard to drive. It's not. It's easy with a manual. More on that later. But just going around the settings, it's very, very user-friendly. That's the big ticket with this car, user-friendly. And yeah, it's clean and simple. And you can have your navigation on there if you want. Your navigation on here, and as well, I mean, you have 2 screens, so you might as well, you know, lavishly show off to your friends that you have 2 navigation screens, or your passengers can look at the navigation on their screen, and you can have your little virtual cockpit all to yourself. You know, I like being selfish at times. It's okay. Moving on, the climate control zones. Now, this is where things get tricky, or should I say more interesting, because you have 3 zone climate controls. There's 2 vents behind me for the rear passenger seats in a coupe. Why not? It's very nice and comfortable. The gauges, the dials where you adjust the knobs, it's clean too. Let me show you that, for example. So look, if you look here closely, you can see I'm scrolling the knob to adjust the temperature, and there's a little LCD display inside of that. It says auto, and you can see the temperature go up. And for the gauges to adjust the AC, just one finger just resting on it, like, you know, like a very, very sensitive piano. But I don't take piano, but you know, I'm gonna try a little bit here, just to go left, right, you know. Anyways, I'm getting distracted. You have a backup camera, but the sad thing is, to engage reverse, you gotta push it in to pop it in reverse. But the sad thing is, you have the guidance lines or whatnot, but it's not 360-degree view. For $54,000, I think they could throw it in as well to add 360-degree camera view for the backup camera. But you have a backup camera, but to the right of the screen, it's split. You can see you have front parking sensors and rear parking sensors, so that will do just fine. But they might as well throw that in that if you're gonna pay $54,000 for a coupe. Come on. Yes, it's a manual transmission, 6-speed, which is nice. The reverse, I showed how the reverse works. It's kind of, you're gonna see it later in the test drive, it's kind of rubbery when you engage the gears and whatnot. Like, it doesn't feel clunky, it doesn't feel as good as a short throw shifter. I mean, it's an Audi, but like when you go to first gear, the throws are very long. Like, I have to like pull it back and travel. Like, the travel is just so long. The volume control button, just a little knob on its own to the side. I don't know why, I just feel like it feels left out, you know? But it's reachable too, so when I'm driving, I can easily reach it rather than like reaching over here and accidentally popping this thing in reverse when you're going on the highway. I know that's not gonna happen, but some people, you know, people. So what makes this car so special and what $54,000? Well, it's the way it drives. Yeah, but this thing puts the power down. You know, think about it. What makes a good car? The engine, yes. Transmission, of course. Braking, acceleration. But every other car has that. The engine calibration, the throttle calibration, the transmission, or if it's automatic, everything just works seamlessly. Before I forget again, this has aluminum sport pedals, which is very, very nice. It's very sexy though. We're gonna go for a test drive, and I'm gonna leave the mode in dynamic. So 4 different drive modes. Let's just put in dynamic. I have a beautiful road ahead of me. 6-speed manual transmission, some corners. Let's get on it, shall we? All right. Make sure no one's watching, obviously. Well, if you couldn't notice, I was trying to find third because this thing is just doesn't feel the manual. Like I kind of got confused. The gates are so short, so I was looking for third, but I found it eventually. But then again, I would have like lost the race. So if you stall this car, it starts it back up for you. That's not a nice feature there. I just stalled when I was coming to a stop, and the car just started back right back up, which is pretty cool. I feel like this is the German way. They're like, okay, here's the price, $54,000. I'll give you 2 less doors, not that much power, and everything you want to save weight, you pay more for saving weight. Like, that's like the German way. It's so like, you know, disciplined. But anyways, and realize, let's driving this car. It's very, very nice and practical. I mean, it's a 2-door, but you can fit 4 people in this car. When I say 4 people, the other 2 are mostly teenagers or your kids, you know, and the adults sit in front. But yeah, it have Audi's virtual cockpit, just like so, and it's the talk. Like this is the big talk in the Audi, you know, gauge cluster department. Because it's very easy and it's very, very like addicting. I just want to look at it, and somehow I don't find myself distracted, you know, because it's a screen where I'm supposed to have my gauges to me, but it's not that distracting as anything else. It's just comfortable to look at. I mean, relaxing to look at. Yeah. So you're driving through the city, 27 miles per gallon on average for fuel economy, if you guys care about that. So yeah, it's not bad. Just driving this car, it's very, very comfortable. My biggest flaw of this car is the transmission. Like the 6-speed manual transmission, but I feel like third gear is kind of, the gates are so short, so when you're driving this car or you're going through the gears that quickly on the racetrack or down the curvy roads, you might find third gear a little tricky to get into. But once you get used to the calibration of this gearing, of this long gearing, you get used to it. The clutch is very, very light though, but you get used to that as well. At first, I mean, if you stall out, this car would like auto start itself back up, so you're not stuck in traffic, people honking at you and to get out the way and all that. So, but yeah, it's quite nice for 252 horsepower and 270-ish pound-feet of torque. This thing puts all that power down through all 4 wheels. It kind of feels like 40-60, like it's more like a rear-wheel drive bias a little bit. Yeah, this turn signals are very bright though. Putting the power down nicely. This thing launches quick though. It's nice. I say nice a lot. So everything is nicely lit up. Like everything just warms you. Like it's a more like welcoming atmosphere. Everything is warm, you know. The cup holders, there's ambient lighting in the cup holders. Kind of like what Ford doors with like, you know, multiple colors, which is just nicely thought out. The instrument, everything is not so confusing. You know, if you want navigation screen, your passengers can enjoy that on the screen as well. You need to see this thing in person to appreciate it, you know. You need to see this in person to appreciate what this virtual cockpit is, because I can see this, I can see the speedo, everything is right where I want it, but if I want to see more of my speedo, just hit view and it just gets bigger and everything is right where I want it to be, and I can see some navigation on there. And if that's not enough for you, you can put up navigation on the screen. You're doing more with less. I said that before. That's what Audi is good at. So the price of $54,000 starting out, that might be a big pill to swallow though, because not everyone has that much money to spend on a 2-door coupe when you have other, like, you know, BMWs there, Mercedes is there. So It's Audi. They might as well raise the price, because trust me, if you get one of this car, if you can afford it, and you get one of these, you won't be disappointed. Honestly, if you get one of these, you won't be. This is why I'm going to end this video, guys. Let me know what you think of a 2018 Audi A5. Would you get this car? Yes, it's kind of pricey, but let me know what you think of this car. And as always, peace.
You know what it is when we do what we do.
Like this, like this, like this.